low quality fans of the I really don't want to say the thing or any of the things. It is 1 a.m. on a work night. A lot of respect to anybody who stayed up and watched that game. You're an idiot, like me. We're both idiots, but boy, we love our team, don't we? And if you didn't stay up to watch it, it doesn't mean you don't love your team. It just means that you have the common sense not to watch this. This is so bad. This is bad. This is bad, and it doesn't look like it's getting any better anytime soon. Holy. Before we get into it, Saturday, I'm going to stream the game. Not literally. I mean, I'm going to stream during the game. We can watch along. I don't know why. Maybe just so we can all suffer together. Like, I don't know why. Check out the Discord, linked below. Thank you to all high quality inspectors. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this right now. I can't. I don't know why I'm doing this right now. This. It's so late at night against an awful Ducks team. And the Bruins are so much worse. They're so much worse than this Ducks team. I don't know if there's a team in the NHL that the Bruins would win a 7-game series over right now. I really don't think there is. Because at the very bottom is San Jose, who we just lost to, right? Blackhawks, I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think we lose a 7-game series to literally every other team in the NHL. What is that, 7 losses in a row for us, I think? I think that's 7 in a row. God knows how many in the last, of the last 20. We would have to have lost, 16 of them at this point? This is just so bad. So bad. So bad. Let's talk about this Ducks team a little bit, and then we're going to talk more about this Bruins badness. The Ducks, this is the second meeting of the year against them. We lost to them in February, which is we got swept by the Ducks this season. That should probably be an argument for relegation. Anyway, so they are 31st on the power play, 29th on the penalty kill, 28th in goals scored per game, and 21st in goals allowed per game. And the only reason they're as high as 21st in goals allowed per game is because what Dostal and Gibson are doing behind this very young and defensively immature team is crazy. A 907 save percentage for Dostal, a 913 for Gibson across the season. Each are far above their expected goals saved on the season. Meanwhile, the Ducks rank second in high danger chances allowed per game. Them and the Rangers are way, way past every other team in the amount of high danger chances they allow, like by 50. It's absurd, according to Natural Stat Trick. This team's absolute donkey balls. They're bad, but they were designed to be bad, right? There is this conversation to have about them now because Dostal is easily the biggest bright spot of the year, I think. From an outside perspective, right? There's a Ducks fan in here somewhere that's going to be like, actually, you have this wrong, which I'm totally fine with. I need correction because I can't watch every Ducks game. But Dostal, in my mind, is easily the biggest bright spot of the season for them. He's young. He looks like he'll be their starting goaltender for a very long time. Maybe you could also argue Lacombe, who has had an excellent breakout campaign. He's looked really, really good. And they have a lot of defensemen, too. So they should have a really solid unit, particularly offensively, going forward. And this season as well. They have a lot of their points coming actually from their defensemen. No one else seems to have really taken that step forward. Like Gauthier is obviously, I mean, he's going to be a good player, and some of these other guys are going to be really good players, but they don't have a point per game player this year. Zegras is still as polarizing and as injury ridden as ever. It's just a bummer of a season because it just doesn't. You look around and you're like, all right, none of these guys are taking that next step to make us look like a good team yet. And I don't know if I'm just expecting that to happen earlier than it should. They are a very, very young team. It just feels like kind of a bummer over there. And it's year 7 of the rebuild for them. So it's just got to be taking its toll. Now, I'm sure there's plenty of Ducks fans who are like, nope, this is the process. We have our core. And honestly, they probably do. And by the time that core is 25, 26, that team's going to be really, really, really good, would be the hope. But yeah, it's a long road back to relevancy sometimes. And most of the absolute teardown jobs we've seen in the past decade, 5, 6, 7 years to get really back to relevance. I mean, you're in year 7 and you're still in the bottom 10 of the league. Like, it's not even a guarantee there. It could be a decade. I think teams really do have to be a little more careful with the total tear down to the studs, because it's really hard to go a decade or the better part of a decade without a competitive hockey team. I mean, that's hard on the team financially. It's hard on the players. It's hard for it not to become a pattern, because players want to get out. They if things don't line up time-wise, then all of a sudden you have this guy who's like 26, 27. He doesn't want to re-sign because he's like, this sucks. I'm sick of losing. And you're like, no, you got to stick it out because this team's coming up. And it's like, it's hard to convince. But yeah, just a bummer of a season over there. But you would expect them to be in the middle of the pack at worst next year, right? You really expect that jump forward, maybe not to the playoffs, but competitive, playing meaningful games in March, unlike this game, which was anything but meaningful. This game was anything but meaningful, except for lottery odds, which we'll talk about. So, the lineup for the Bruins. Huznadinov, Middlestat, Pasternak is your top line. That's the line that they ran last game, too. And they started the game like that. The lines were wrong. I mentioned this in the last video. Geeky, Zaka, Olisel, Kepke, Lindholm, Lettieri, Lauko, Beecher, Brown, and then Wotherspoon, Jokiharju, Lohrei, Peak, Callahan, Mitchell, and then Korpisalo gets a start. And Korpisalo was brilliant through about 30 minutes of this and then totally fell apart. But, I mean, how could you not at this point? Little check-in on the stats for the Bruins. 29th ranked power play, 23rd ranked penalty kill, 29th ranked goals for, and 25th ranked goals allowed. It's bad. Zadorov, as you notice, not in the lineup, he has to leave for a family emergency. Now, I want to be really respectful of this because we have no idea what's going on. So he leaves the road trip. It's really weird timing because of the polarizing comments that he had made about how everything goes in and how he kind of was dismissive when asked about the Swayman defending his line mate, coworker, co-player, teammate. There it is. It's very early in the morning, very late at night. So it's weird timing. I don't want to speculate on that. I assume there's an actual family emergency going on, and I really hope everything's okay. I do not think they would just be like, Zadorov, you pissed off the team, get out of here. Like, that'd be ridiculous. So I really want to be careful with the way we're talking about that. Let's have a lot of respect here because we don't know what's going on. And if we find out that it was really an emergency, and you were saying nasty things about it, you're gonna feel like an asshole. So hopefully everything is okay there. It is very weird timing. I will recognize that, but I'm going to believe the report that it is a family emergency, and I hope his family is doing well. McAvoy still out, but is practicing now. Hopefully that's more of a morale boost than an expectation thing, because I prefer he doesn't get another game this season. I don't know why we would bring him back. Let him get fully healthy. Hampus, of course, still out. Kostelic, still out. And I mentioned that I'm streaming the game on Saturday just so that I can weep into a beer, I guess. I guess that's what we'll do for 3 hours. I'll just sob. Do I have to talk about this game? Okay, that was pathetic. Here we go. Puck drops. It's very early. Quiet. Midway through the first period, the Bruins are really showing out in the tank job. The shots are 9-3 Ducks. And I want to remind everyone, as I continue to talk about this game, the Ducks. It's the Ducks. The 2025 Ducks. Shots are 9-3. They're completely caving us in. Korpisalo has been locked in. But the Ducks have had the puck the whole time. And I would consider probably 5 of the chances they had true high danger chances. If you're starting a game through 10 minutes and you have 5 high danger chances to start the game, you're kicking the crap out of the other team. The Bruins haven't had a single one. They've had 3 shots all from distance and from angles that are pretty easily handled. Just an absolute shit show of first 10 minutes. It wouldn't improve. 5:50 left of the period. Huznadinov is going to go for holding. We're going to go to the penalty kill, which we do kill it. But unfortunately, we are going to go on the power play right after it. With 3:27 left, Pasta is tripped by Nestorenko. What a great name. That's an awesome name. It feels very Dracula-esque. Let's go with that. So we're going to the power play. The best chance of the power play? Sorry. How about the only chance of the power play? The only shot taken for these 2 painful minutes. Well, that would be a 2-on-1 by the Ducks after Pasta risks it with a dangerous pinch on the wall. That fails. It's a perfectly executed 2-on-1 where Killorn, who's carrying the puck down the right side, waits just long enough to put the puck behind Lohrei and ahead of Karlsson for Karlsson to skate into it, settle it, and beat Korpisalo high blocker. It's 1-0 on a short-handed goal. Korpisalo is still locked in, by the way. Dude was just brilliant through that whole period. That's a goal that, like, oh, Karlsson's filthy and it's a breakaway. 2-on-1, but by the time the puck got to him, if he was ready, it's nothing you can do about it. We're going to go to the second period. We're down a goal to an awful Ducks team. But we got 20 minutes to reset, get our mind right. Like, let's lock in. About 12 minutes left of the second period. A McTavish breakaway is denied by Korpisalo, who is still locked in. And back the other way, it's a 3-on-2, which again, Lacelle is going to receive the puck in the slot with time and space to shoot. And he's going to opt to pass it, which is weird because he keeps shooting from everywhere else, but will not shoot the puck when he's in the slot with the puck on his forehand. He won't do it. He just passes. I don't understand. I'm very confused. Either way, it is a good pass to Zacha, who's beneath that right circle, 3 feet from the net. And I think he misses the net by a larger margin than the distance he was from the net. Just high and wide. Crazy high and wide. Right there. Tried to pick the top corner. Didn't get anywhere close. 10:17 left. Karlsson's going to go for holding. We're going to the power play. The best chance of the power play. Thank you for asking. Yoki Haru is dancing with the puck on the opposing blue line. And he gets stripped by Killorn, who just launches his way into a breakaway. But Yoki Haru does chase him down. He's on his back, so Killorn decides to pass into the slot where he does have a trailing Duck. And thank goodness that Lettieri had a strong back check here because he broke up the pass and we avoided another disaster there. 6:02 left. Callahan mishandles a puck on the opposing blue line. Callahan had an awful game. He was awful. He was really, really bad. And he was bad in an ocean of bad. So, like, really bad. Nestorenko flies by him after he mishandles this puck, and he gets the 1v1 with Korpisalo. It's really funny how this works. So Callahan just bungles this puck. Now we have Nestorenko, who basically gets a weird contested breakaway. The save is made. The puck bounces off Korpisalo, hits Callahan's skate, who is chasing Nestorenko, goes back into the net, and while that puck is crossing the goal line, Callahan cross-checks Nestorenko in the teeth. So he gets a double minor for that. Luckily, he broke this guy's frontal lobe at the same time as right before the puck actually crosses the line. So 2 of those minutes gets waved off immediately because they scored a goal. So we're only going to have to deal with a 2-minute penalty kill instead. Great job, Callahan. Woof. With 1:03 left of the penalty kill, Vetrano is going to get into a scrum, and he's going to take Wotherspoon and ragdoll him. He's literally just going to flip him, throw him on the ice. He's wailing on him. He won't get off of him. The refs are coming over trying to pull him off. He won't stop. So he gets 2 for roughing. He gets 2 for high sticking. And he gets a 10-minute misconduct. So we're going to 4v3 for a minute 3, and then a 5v3 for 57 seconds. And then there'll still be, like, if we score on that, we'll still have some power play time. Spoiler alert. 3:40 left. The 5v3 has started. Face-off win. Geeky feeds Pasta at the top of the slot, who just rips this high glove. Easy peasy. Why can't we do that more often? And it's 2-1 on a power play goal. Over 30 seconds still left with a 5-on-4. It's 2-1, by the way. 2-1 with about 4 minutes left of the second period. 2-1. We don't really do anything with the rest of that power play, but that's fine. We got a goal. We're back in the game. 2:03 left. We already suck. We don't need the bad bounces. We don't need the bad luck. We already suck. We don't need any help losing these games. But Lacombe is behind the net chasing a puck that's kind of against the back apron of the net, and he's just going to smack at it, and it's going to bounce over the net, hit Zacha in the shoulder, and bounce over Korpisalo's head and into the net. And it's 3-1. I don't understand it. You don't understand it. Physics, I guess, but God hates us. That's all it is. 1:15 left. People will get upset about that. I'm joking. 1:15 left. Gauthier appears to just be trying to center the puck into the slot, into the crease front maybe. But it ends up just being kind of this slow, hard pass. Slow, hard pass doesn't really work, but you know what I mean. It's just on the ice, skittering towards the net. It goes towards the near post. Korpisalo looks like he has it sealed up. Korpisalo is no longer locked in. This somehow just went through him and squeezed into the net. It's 4-1. And that's like the game. There's no... I have my doubts about us being able to score a second goal, let alone 3 more. So... We'll keep talking about it, go. It's fine. 18 seconds left. Trouba for tripping. We go to the power play. Shots are 27-9 at the end of this period. We're going to start the third period with a huge chunk of that power play. Nothing happens on it. And then 4:03 in. Pasta tries to make a play up the wall, but Lacombe tips it away, collects, feeds Carlson in the slot, who has time to pick his spot glove side, and it's 5-1. And then directly after the next face-off, Callahan and Harkins drop the gloves. I guess that goes back to when Callahan cross-checked Nestorenko in the teeth, I would assume. Harkin gets the win on this, gets more shots in, gets a takedown. Good for him, I guess. This game's over. It's 5-1. I mean, the people give him stick taps. I don't know what we're doing. 7:35 left. McTavish steals a back pass by Pasta in the O-zone, and it's all speed. Peak tries to keep up and does a well enough job, but McTavish gets into that left circle and then just beats Korpisalo from distance. High glove, far side. Korpisalo is not locked in anymore, but this game is so far from being on him. It's crazy. It's crazy. 6-1. And then we do score once more just to hurt my fantasy team. Because I started Gibson. If you have a goaltender, look, you're not going to get a lot of points for shots on. But if they're playing the Bruins, your odds of a shutout are just astronomical. Fucking play them, right? So we are going to score once more, though. It's Zacha on the right side. It's quick pass to Geeky at the top of the left circle, who just hammers this one time. Blocker side, 6-2. That's it. I mean, that's just the quick game notes of it all. Not a lot of discussion to be had because it's just that bad, man. And I'm wondering how many of you feel this way. So this will be one of the game notes. With how bad this looks right now, knowing McAvoy and Lindholm are out, knowing Lindholm did have a serious surgery and a serious injury that is concerning for the future of his play, are you guys growing concerned that this team is going to be awful next year too? Like, just curious. Now, I think it's a fair concern. I don't think anyone should be blamed for an opinion on that, to think like, oh no, we're going to be bad for a long time, or no, we're just a couple pieces from this really flipping the script, or because it looks awful right now. It looks so bad. I'm kind of withholding judgment until I see what the offseason is really going to look like. Who's actually going to be available. There's not going to be a lot of like true free agency talent we're going to be able to acquire, especially because the team is this bad. There's not going to be a lot of guys who are answering the phone for the Bruins all that much. So I'm not really sure what the quick fix is here, but I do know we just got whooped by the 2025 Ducks. So there's some concerns. There's certainly some concerns. The good news, the Ducks have officially passed us in the standings. Yeah, so the odds improved for the first overall. We went from 5% chance to, wait for it, 6% chance. Yeah. Fuck me. Go Bees. Go Bees! And of course, here at the end of the video, I love to give some shout outs to the fantastic high quality inspectors who help support the channel and keep this running. I super appreciate every single one of you, from the role player tier, the top line tier, and of course the all-star tier. We are going to do our shout outs for this top line tier. Thank you so much to Sean Kreider, Michael Kammerer, Chris and Erica, Kevin Timperley, Quack and Platypus, JM, Smoke Channels, Shaggy, Adam Ella, Albert Waldron, Negev79, Lola Cattingsworth, EKM Productions, Moonlighter TV, Big Bad Bruin, The Bugman, Jeff with a G, Tommy Braga, Roland22, GD Viperworks, Len Kreutz, Brock Nope, Han Slobo, Coach D, The Atomic Lizard, Bradley Johnson, Brett Arney, Pinsent, and Nick Zatrullo. Thank you so much, each and every one of you. Your top line material. But now we got to move on to our all-star tier members, the absolute legends. We have Jacob Pratt, Jake Brower, Dampen, JG's 12, Mark S., Ann Hustis, Tim R., Lorenzo Wood, Penny Pasta, Levi Catalani, Boston Stringler, Bagel, Nightmare Eco, John Kirk, Joel, Stealthy Potato, Heil E. Coyote, Darren Woodbury, Abraxion, Wolf Warrior, Vinny, Adrian Winter, Tupton D. Tashi, Bruins Smash, D.A. Kingery, The Only Newts, A Tasty Snack, Dutes42, and Jeremy. Thank you all for all of the support and love that you are all giving. I appreciate each and every one of you. And as always, go Bees!